really messing me up, bro. But I saw this last week. The message reads, at Respawn, bold ideas, creative risk, and passionate storytelling have always defined who we are. That spirit has carried us through incredible highs and sometimes through difficult changes too, okay? As we sharpen our focus for the future, we made the decision to step away from 2 early stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. These decisions aren't easy, and we're deeply grateful to every teammate affected. Their creativity and contributions have helped build Respawn into what it is today. We're offering meaningful support to those impacted, including exploring new opportunities within EA. To everyone who has been a part of our journey, past, present, and future, thank you for making Respawn. Thank you for making Respawn what it is. We carry your legacy with us into everything we create. I've been watching Titanfall 3 videos for the past 2.5 years. The possibility of it, but mainly folks knew that wasn't about to happen. I never thought it was going to happen until that Titanfall 3 leak. An actual legitimate leak happened about a month and a half ago, I want to say. A developer said we could look forward to a trailer at the Game Awards, and then it got me hyped. A legitimate developer, folks actually believed, actually seemed legitimate. These joints started to pop up, right? And these were actually legitimate. The leaks was actually looking very real.
Every year, tons of new leaks come out about Titanfall 3, and it seems like Respawn Entertainment hides little teasers in Apex Legends. After Titanfall 2 financially underperformed, thanks again EA for that one. From what I could gather,
I love her, dog. Calm it down.
From interviews, Titanfall 3 was being worked on by a small team within Respawn after Titanfall 2 was finished, but it never made.
Whatever the case, I don't know if I can find the. According to 2 reliable leakers for news about Apex Legends, the long-awaited Titanfall 3 is not dead, and it is currently in the works at Respawn. 2 leakers with solid reputation for Apex Legend leaks took to X and reinvigorate players' hopes that Titanfall 3 is not lying in a ditch somewhere. This was the craziest news, G. I was so excited. I was so excited for once. It's like all these Titanfall 3 videos I watched, it's just about the possibilities. Like, nobody ever thought this would happen. None of us, bro. It's like the Cardi song, bro. Like, I couldn't believe we made it this far. I got this news and I'm like, can't believe I made it this far. There's only so many games where another classic that I'm about to play in a minute with the hype. Like, can't believe made it this far if it were to ever come back. Like, Yorisuke was a little clear, claiming that Respawn is working on a game that would be revealed during Game Awards 2025 showcase, set for December of 2025. This is such a factual sentence. The Titanfall franchise is arguably one of the best franchises in video game history that got dealt the worst hand possible. Say it again for the people in the back, bro. That music had me thinking way too hard about that. It said it's one of the best, bro. It is. It is arguably one of the best, and I'm telling you right now, as I said when we beat the campaign for 2, finally, because it took me years to go back to, it's one of the coldest first-person shooters of all time, and I honestly will say it's the coldest first-person shooter of the 2010s. It is what it is. Still has what is regarded as one of the best single-player campaigns, not just in a first-person shooter, but in any game in gaming history. And the rise and sustained popularity of Apex Legends continues to be proof that there's no other franchise that has mastered movement in a first-person shooter quite like what Respawn was able to accomplish. Take the words right out of my mouth, bro. My life, G. Like, it's just, his gameplay is so smooth and immaculate. We cannot lie. That's just part of what made Titanfall 3 a topic, and fans bring it up nearly as often as Bloodborne fans cry about a sequel or remake. I'm gonna be real, I hear more about Titanfall 3 than even Bloodborne 2, bro. Then again, no, Bloodborne and Titanfall about as old as each other. They're around the same era. But like, G, when I tell you, like, this, oh, this article just said everything I had to say perfectly. Like, I don't want to sit here and glaze, because this coupled with everything I said when we beat the campaign on stream, which I'm about to post that video soon too. I just still haven't gone through all the footage or all the streams. But like, bruh, Titanfall 3 is the coldest shooter of the 2010s, bro. And his campaign was super cool in Titanfall 2. But I have a bigger message that I really want to say to Respawn. So here's the problem though. My hope is still shot and dang near gone. I'm not about to get my hopes up to be disappointed at the Game Awards, right? This article is from last month. If you're going to have a trailer at the Game Awards, you gotta have a decent portion of the game done. Respawn put out this message and said they canceled 2 early stage incubation projects. Hard to say Would an early stage incubation project be able to get a trailer this year? That's what I'm wondering. And the thing is though, there's an argument to, yeah, it probably is. I think this is Titanfall 3 that got canceled. Because it's like, how are you... Titanfall 3 is going to be building off of Titanfall 2. So early stage, it still already has a lot there, right? It's been so long though. Either way, I saw a video from Luke Stevens, shout out Luke Stevens, and he was talking about how like the Titanfall 3, the early stage incubation that got canceled is supposedly a Titanfall extraction shooter. Which, I ain't gonna lie, as soon as I heard that, that was the most depressing news ever. Not a single soul ever asked for a Titanfall extraction shooter. Not a soul asked for an extraction shooter, period. Folks been asking for Titanfall 3 for the longest. Not a soul asked. Like, what? This is the video I'm trying to watch.
What's up, everybody?
The Act Man made a video called The End of Titanfall. So
what's up, everybody?
We're gonna see what he's talking about here. This is gonna be a little unfortunate though. They can just implement that in Apex though. They could. I'm gonna talk. Nah, okay, hold on. I already talked to Linkus about this, bro. He's trying to low-key steal my idea with that one. Don't do that, bro. I'm about to talk about it though.
This is the pilot man here, and you know what
But the end of Titanfall, bro? Say it ain't so. Here's the thing. That dude is a grifter. Why is he a grifter? Hold on. What's wrong with the X-Man? Why is he a grifter? Hold on. What? Don't I know him? Why is he a grifter? Hold on, man. Oh man, yeah, people pissed down here in the comments. Is a left winger in junk? Okay, I have, all right. I have heard about that though. But you gotta explain why. Folks have been coming at him. I've been peeping that G. I'm dead serious. I've been seeing a whole lot of that too. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? DDG album Unk. Go to the back of your head, they find DDG songs. Geekin slowed, Geekin sped up remix. I'm dead. There's another pink dreads. Wait. How many I got? That's three. Givenchy. I'm cooked. Wait, what is he talking about? Nah, you dead.
What's up, everybody? This is the pilot man here, and you know what I really despise? Which game really doesn't deserve to make a comeback? Titanfall.
It stinks.
Boy, what
is he talking about? He has to be trolling. He's trolling.
Overhyped piece of junk Titanfall.
Go, bro.
What type of degenerate would play a game where you can suit up in some giant mech robot?
He trolling.
Across space and time. Jump on top of the robot and pull out batteries and fuck it over that way and punch other giant robots.
What keeps cutting out? Is it? No, don't tell me I'm off sync. Bro, my goodness. The stream is lagging?
Big metal guns.
Nah, card trolling.
Who gets enjoyment from...
Where's kindergarten? Bro, if Titanfall 3 was gonna come back as a worst franchise, would you want it back? Listen here. No.
Over that way and punch other giant robots in the face with these big metal gauntlets. Who gets enjoyment from stuff like that? Couldn't be me. Do people even like robots anymore?
No.
Titanfall 2 was one of the biggest disgraces in gaming. This joke is getting old, isn't it? There wasn't even a cult following behind it, and truth be told, I'm as happy as a clam that the franchise is finally died.
We get it, bro, you're joking.
Is what I would say if I went to college and got my major in blasphemy.
Look, I had a lovely supper, and all I said to my wife
was...
Axe,
bro, what's up with... Link came in here saying that the Eggman is a leftist and some other joke. What he talking about, bro? They coming at the Ackman. I've been seeing that though. What's going on with Ackman, bro?
One of the biggest disgraces in gaming.
Bro, you had YB as your thumb. I don't know what y'all talking about. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about, bro? I don't even know what they own. I don't know what they talking about. YB suck. I used a picture of me looking sad in my thumbnail. Yeah.
I may have said this in a previous video before, but it's a take. I think out of all the takes I've had, this one might be one of the best.
I don't know. Have you not heard that though? I've been hearing about it. I screenshotted it. I mean, fake screenshot. This how actually be joking.
I may have said this in a previous video before, but it's a take. I think out of...
I don't care whatever politics Ackman has. I just care about the games. True. But I heard he's been getting paid by the gaming industry to say some crazy junk. Is that true? That's what I was hearing. I heard he glazed Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm not buying it. I'm not playing it.
Of all the takes I've had, this one might be one of the best.
There
are no bad
What are y'all talking about?
If there are,
what are these two talking about? There is no YB on the thumbnail.
Or I have yet to see one. Armored Core.
All right, hold on.
I may have said this in a previous video before, but it's a take. I think out of all the takes I've had, this one might be one of the best. There are no bad mech games. If there are, I have
You might be right.
yet to see one. Armored Core, absolute banger. I only played that series for the first time like a couple years ago with Armored Core 6.
Calero was playing a lot of this, and I'd be watching him play this junk. This is hard.
Jesus, those boss fights were relentless and gorgeous and beautiful. A custom robo on a GameCube. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh, but the battle takes place with these little robots in this arena, and that's how people in the world of custom robo
look at it on stream. I know y'all see that I screenshotted it though. Bro, what are y'all talking about?
settle their differences. That game had an amazing story.
We need to find a hot streamer. What the heck? No.
And was a lot of fun. Mech Assault. Who could forget Mech Assault
so
on
random.
the classic OG Xbox? It's just the
Okay.
green and
I
the
remember seeing this. I
robots,
never
and
played this.
visually that was just like a staple of the Xbox.
Hey, when Mecha Break drops though. Hey, Mecha Break gonna be crazy though. Jose. Bro, I hope Mecha Break drops on Game Pass too. I'm not paying $70 for no game.
Brand
I
in
don't
my
care.
eyes.
I have not paid $70 for a game. The only new game that I bought, the only game that I paid $70 for ever is Sparking Zero, and that will be the last. Like, I don't need another. I'm not paying $70, bro. But if Gears of War EA don't drop on Game Pass, I'm dropping $70 on that shit right away. I'm not gonna hold you.
And there's that Mecha Break game coming out, and that looks
Mecha
phenomenal
Break,
as
that's what I'm
well.
talking about. That's what I just
And
said.
you
I
can
can't
add
wait. Hey, that's gonna be
Titanfall
coming.
1 and 2 to that list
Yes.
of proof that mech
Amazing.
games are something people enjoy. It's a genre that, as far as I've seen, just somehow always works.
GTA 6 Online gonna be 120 by itself separately? Wait though. But it comes to the regular game for 100, right? See, looking sad in the thumbnail, but it's YB. It's me looking sad in the thumbnail. What are you
that
talking
you
about,
don't
bro?
need good
It's an old photo of me when I had dreads.
writing, storytelling, or even character performances.
Hold on, he got Transformers live action playing this junk.
Works. Transformers
NBA
prove
Zero.
that you don't need good writing, storytelling, or even character performances to make a lot of money. Just have robots.
Having big giant robots, and you gonna have real niggas in there watching. You gonna have real dudes in there watching. You get big, cool looking robots boxing. We gonna always enjoy that. I'm sorry, bro. I don't care if you 5 or 50. It don't really matter, bro. A dude just gonna enjoy that, bro. And if a dude don't enjoy that, he probably a little weird.
Fighting. It's the same thing with monster movies. Just have the monsters fight and make it look cool, and I'll give you money.
They gotta
you
be
would think
boxing.
it would be as simple as that. But ladies and gentlemen, Titanfall 3 has been canceled.
There's no way, bro. And Respawn, I got a message to you. Ooh, I got a message to you, niggas.
That's right, folks. We are no longer standing by for a Titanfall game. So recently, the developers of Titanfall and the Star Wars Jedi series
Womp, don't care. Hey, time him out for like at least 30 hours. You know, how we do that right quick? How do we do that right quick? There we go.
series Apex Legends,
Yep, reset the whole
Respawn
channel
Entertainment
just to get
have
him out of
come
there.
out and confirmed that Titanfall 3
Just to get him out.
question mark was just canceled.
What? How can you do this?
I think that's what they said. If we look at this tweet here,
See, yeah, okay,
this
so he
is-
don't know either,
well,
like, that's what I'm
first
saying,
off,
like,
add this to
this is what we were
the
just looking at.
compilation of like a video game developer apology to
Halo Infinite. Oh, brother, no, don't remind me. Cyberpunk. Yeah.
tweets or like
Battlefield 2042. Wait, what did Forspoken apologize for? I just remember Linkus was glazing this game. Let me see.
the compilation of like
Thank you to all the players who have enjoyed Forspoken. We've been listening to your feedback and all the hard work and are hard at work on the upcoming patch that will include improvements to overall performance, graphics, and playability. General updates to fix the game content across PS5 and PC. So it was really I didn't
video
know it
game
was broken
developer
already.
apology tweets or like delay announcements. They all have the same format.
Jedi Survive. Yeah. Alright. Know how that one dropped. Redfall isn't performing up to our standards across the Series X and PC. Hot fix adjusting crashes. There's no comprehensive solution to PC gaming. What? PC plays like Days Gone. Bro, Redfall is crazy. Hold on. Redfall's right here. Look at Redfall's though. Redfall's is hilarious because they mention other games that fail as a reason for like, hey, don't trip on us. Other games do this too. They don't have they mess ups. Look at them. It's not like our parent company owns tools like DirectX, which is what thousands of indie devs use their games running across thousands of PCs. Instead of PC, Instead of PC gaming, please run our game 30 FPS on Series X. For those who now insist on playing on PC, ensure that you're running the latest NVIDIA AMD graphics. This is a crazy apology or statement. We know some of you suggested we reach out to our partners at ID. Oh no, they just failed. Redfall, this is terrible. I never knew they dropped this. I played the joke on stream when it dropped. It played so horrible, even on consoles. Ew.
I don't know. Let's read this, because canceling a new Titanfall game is pretty fucking important. I loved the second game and felt like it didn't get as many players as it really deserved. And this is a series that I've honestly just been waiting for them to come out with a new title. So here's what they say. At Respawn, bold ideas, creative risks, and passionate storytelling have always defined who we are. That spirit has carried us through incredible highs and sometimes through difficult changes too. As we sharpen
we just read all this.
Our incubation product immediately turns First off, you can tell the terminology like immediately turns robotic, right? These aren't video games. These are early stage incubation projects. He's not shell-shocked. He has
post-traumatic stress disorder.
I get what they're trying to say, like it's an incubation project. But I think an incubation project is just like something that they're testing and working on and not like 100% certain on. We've made the decision to step away from two early-stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. Okay, now that's just hilarious to me.
You said
we're not
he's
laying people off. We're making targeted team adjustments. You wouldn't be married, you'd be butt buddies.
Instead of being man and wife, you'll be butt buddies. Get it?
You know they're making layoffs because right after they say targeted team adjustments, they say these decisions aren't easy. We are deeply grateful to every teammate affected.
My ass!
What? It sounds like these targeted team adjustments are... Wait, they're not a good thing?
I was lied to. And so are you.
This is such a bizarre way. Like, just say you're laying people off. Folk are losing their jobs and some projects are getting shelved or canceled. Like, I can't speak for what the work culture at Respawn is like. I haven't really been made aware of any major internal controversies there. So, like, I don't think they're doing this for nefarious or malicious intent, but I feel like it's using this type of soft language.
I know he's talking about that. Funny,
it does a disservice to what it is you're doing and the people affected by it. Treat it with the respect, the dignity, and honesty that it deserves, right? This is kind of what I hate about major corporations, or like, you ever been fired before? It's like an Office Space, man. That idea that they can't just look at you, stare you down, and tell you you don't have a job anymore. They have to obfuscate, and like just try to, they have to get as far away as possible. We're getting rid of you. You don't work here anymore. Or maybe, I don't know. Look at him, Respawn. Yeah. You've made Johnny Titanfall sad. How could you? Reading this, it feels like the PR department rewrote it like 40 times. And I get it, layoffs
I don't even know what that statement was for.
There's a lot of them that have been happening in the video game and tech industry. And it's important to try to stay positive.
Bro?
At the very least, it sounds like they're offering opportunities for these employees who are laid off, to work on other games within EA's brand.
You know they fired them and that's it, bro. Why did they write it like this?
And it continues to drive how we build the future. Building better worlds with Wayland Yutani. From evolving live experiences to crafting new worlds and stories. This is just like...
Yeah, keeping that stack though. He ain't wrong. The writing of all this and everything is so weird.
Generic jargon, corporate speak, that says nothing, and it's just word salad. Yes, we're gonna continue making video games that you want to purchase.
No shit, Sherlock.
For Apex Legends, that means not just delivering competitive, innovative seasons, but expanding what Apex can be. Well, can you go back to the people that are like getting laid off and like the projects you canceled? Can you talk about that?
Titanfall 3 is canceled now. A cold game franchise that folks is really excited about. But we don't know if it's fully canceled or not. This statement is so odd, bro.
Boundaries of competitive play while staying true to the spirit of competition, creativity, and integrity that our community expects. This is so vague and generic that it bugs me. With the Star Wars universe, we're excited to keep building new stories. Really? New story? No way. Although, with the next chapter,
that's what I'm saying. Like everything they
series,
said in this, is like pointless though. Tell us what you canceled, Joe.
Dude, I love this trade offer. I receive Titanfall 3. You receive cancel all other games. Fair. That's fair.
I think this is fair. This is completely valid, bro. This is what they need to do.
I'd take that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Hey, what movie is that from? What movie is that from?
I'd take that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate too.
Apex Legends, Respawn, Jedi Fallen Order, Titanfall. Dang. Oh yeah, this is so accurate. It's scary. This is so accurate. It's scary. X, are you seeing this? Respawn cared about Apex Legends and nobody cares anymore. Apex is dead, G. And Apex is dead. We're gonna talk about it. Let me let him finish.
So what does all that mean? Because it's clear Respawn doesn't want to get into the weeds of what they're actually saying.
They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about the details that we're trying to hear.
Electronic Arts lays off hundreds, cancels Titanfall game. The video game publisher cuts between 300 and 400 jobs.
That is 300 and 400 people on Indeed right now, bro. Unemployed.
I thought these were targeted team adjustments. Layoffs? That's completely different. Thank you, Mr. Schreier, for putting it into simple, basic English for everybody here. I, personally, have a second grade reading level, so thank you. Electronic Arts is laying off hundreds of workers and canceling a Titanfall game that was in development at Respawn Entertainment. According to a person familiar with the cuts, 300 and 400 positions were eliminated,
That's a lot
around
of
100
people,
at Respawn. The canceled project, codenamed R7, was an extraction shooter set in the Titanfall universe.
Looks like there's been a change of plans.
According to people familiar with its development, it was not close to being released. You know, what EA really needed, what we all needed, was yet another extraction shooter.
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Thank you. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Over with. Actually, no one wanted it. Now they so asked for an extraction shooter. Why would they even do that, bro?
You know,
no one just in here horny, bro. He is just in here only horny right now. He don't know what nobody is talking about if it's not about a girl.
What EA really needed, what we all needed, was yet another extraction shooter.
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Personally, I've been waiting for a sequel to The Day Before, but as time goes on, it seems like a sequel to that game is The Day That Never Comes. I guess there's a silver lining here because it's not like they're canceling Titanfall 3. Like, sequel to Titanfall 2, FPS, Call of Duty mechanics, but with robots and wall running that's actually awesome and works with the
like,
map.
look how raw this is, bro.
Minions that you shoot for points. So it's not like they looked at the borderline perfect Titanfall formula and said, well, this isn't viable. This game isn't gonna sell.
No, they said, let's make an extraction shooter. Game industry sucks now. Oh, bro, it's just imploding on itself. It's fun to watch, though. No, it's not fun to watch. It's not. It's painful to watch. It's funny to watch, though. Like, actually just funny.
You would want to make Titanfall into an extraction shooter.
I don't know, what's this actual drop? GTA 6 is gonna save the industry.
Hello, guys and
GTA
gals.
6, Nintendo can brick your consoles now. Is this that update where they bricked your stuff? I heard about this, but hold on, let's not get too distracted. Hold on, I'm gonna look at that.
Isn't that what?
Gee, imagine playing your Switch and you update it and can't play no more ever. What?
Apex Legends is?
That's what I saw. I saw Joe retweeting some junk about that. That's the only reason I had seen that. Jose had to cut though, my boy.
That. I don't think there's giant robots in it, so
bro, Rod talking about GTA 6 is gonna save the gaming industry. I don't think it's good, bro. No. Are they seriously selling it separately? That's not okay. That is not okay. This dude said make Sega great. Ah, shoot.
Don't really care, but I know that it has something to do with Titan.
I'm gonna be real. The gaming industry is imploding on itself, right? Like, it's internally exploding. GTA 6 is going to help it explode. I know that sounds like a hot take, but I actually believe that.
Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, and also tell me I'm ugly. But like, Titanfall already was an extraction shooter, right? Don't you remember at the end of rounds, if you were on the losing team, you'd have to make it to your dropship to extract for like bonus points. It was like a neat little mini game as opposed to just having the match end abruptly. I always thought that was a really fucking cool way to end.
See, this is how untapped in Newell is. He said bring back Sonic, like Sonic hasn't had like actually 2 successful games recently too. No, bro, you gotta tap back here, bro. Sonic actually been going crazy. The movies and the games low-key been hitting, bro. They have
multiplayer matches. And then if you were on offense, you tried to chase down all the pilots.
I still want to play Sonic Frontiers, and I definitely still have to play Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Destroy them and their mechs before they could reach the dropship. Hey, remember when Helldivers 2 added that very same mechanic and everybody loved it because it was so awesome and it's such a great idea? Like, just do that again.
Wait, bring back Transformers. Thank you. Thank you. See, Jose the only one in here really speaking, bro. And I appreciate that. He the only one in here speaking. No, I'm just playing. Let me show. Like, yeah, everybody's speaking. But Jose really just said something that, like, we needed to, you feel what I'm saying?
Do that again. You already have Apex Legends, and you tried another extraction mode with Battlefield 2042. And that game, well, we don't.
What even happened to Battlefield 2042? Like, I never even watched gameplay, bro, outside of the trailer.
Rehash history, but 2042 made me sad because turned out that's just how it works out sometimes. What I don't understand is why, like, from EA's perspective, you're a big publisher and you're selling people a lineup of games, not just one at a time. You're figuring out your entire lineup, right? You don't want too many things to overlap, too many games to self-compete with each other. Remember when Titanfall 2 came out and it was a masterpiece and EA was like, you know, let's release this right in between Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare. And also
wait.
Let's release this right in between Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare.
Is that why I didn't really succeed, though? If we keep it in a whole stack, is that really why I didn't succeed? Maybe, but Titanfall 2 is better than both of these. I don't care. You can argue with a wall.
Also, COD 4 remastered. Let's just do it right in the middle of 2 COD games. That your 2 COD games came out.
That was crazy.
But placing it in that release window really screwed over the player base for Titanfall 2 because I think most FPS gamers at the time probably flocked to the series that was familiar to them. Battlefield and Call of Duty were a lot more familiar to people than Titanfall. But I don't get why you wouldn't just do Titanfall 3. Like, with EA's current lineup of games and offerings, why add yet another extraction shooter to the mix?
Money!
Jason continued. Do Titanfall 3. Like, people, then Titanfall. But I don't get why you wouldn't just do Titanfall 3. Like, with EA's current lineup of games and offerings, why add yet another extraction shooter to the mix?
Money!
Jason continues. Earlier this year, EA reduced its bookings estimate for the fiscal year following the miss of its latest soccer game, EA Sports FC 25. The company also shrunk subsidiary BioWare following the release of Dragon Age The Veilguard, which it said missed sales expectations by 50%. Anybody know why? Why that happened? Why you didn't make as much money as you thought you would or wanted? Why? Because it wasn't a good Dragon Age game. It was an action game. Just make it. You're supposed to make it an RPG. We're not gonna get into it. I feel like EA for a long time has had this like weird obsession with taking an established, popular, profitable IP and just being like, let's completely change that. Right? They did it with Battlefield 2042, even going as far back as Dead Space 3 when they made it like a fucking co-op action game. Buddy, I like the way.
I'm gonna hear how he say. We're gonna hear his conclusion and be done. He say a perfect Titanfall game.
Familiar feel. The Titanfall recipe is pretty straightforward. You take the similar, familiar feel of Call of Duty's fast-paced gunplay, you add some futuristic movement.
1.5 speed, attention span is suffering. I know. I was locked in too, but hang on. Because
throw in a bunch of giant-ass robots who can beat the living hell out of each other. Like, that's what's so great about mech games. They're like impossible to screw up. Because all you gotta do is just put me in a giant robot and let me fight other robots. And squish people? Yeah, fuck yeah. Fly a bit, throw down some fire traps. Remember how satisfying it was when you got the melee kill on a Titan and you pulled out the pilot and just, like threw him on the ground or some shit? It's so simple. Just, you wanna sell Titanfall? You wanna sell a lot of copies of that game? Give us more robots. Am I right or am I right? Like, think about this. Does anybody not like Beyblades or think like, Beyblades are kind of lame, they need to change that? Imagine at Beyblade Industries, a CEO comes out one day and he's like, yeah guys, we're changing Beyblades. Now instead of like this, they're trying to bounce.
They also need to remaster Need for Speed Most Wanted. Me and Dibs actually both be playing that. We still have not reached it. Dibs, we gotta hop on there, bro. We gotta hop on there. No. I take that back, I'm sorry. Not Most Wanted. Yeah, Most Wanted is cool too though. You just playing Rivals.
On top of each other. It's like, no, I want to see the crash. That's what I want.
It's Rivals that we'd be hopping on.
I'm probably rambling like an old man at this point. But
you got both too? Do I have Most Wanted installed? I'm about to check.
It's pretty disappointing to hear that a new Titanfall game was shelved. I mean, for as unique a concept as it was, being able to have the traditional FPS arena shooter type combat with the pilots and mix that in with mechs, like for as awesome
but I
and
really was on there like
concept
back when first got the one.
It was
a separate account.
And how well they executed it with the original and the sequel, you'd think this series would print money. I could crack the code for you guys at EA if you want to know how to sell Titanfall to people.
My racing skills are insane. I don't know if a race between us would be fair. I'm down though.
More robots. More robots, please. Anyways, I figured this news was important to talk about. Like, I know I haven't made a video on Titanfall in a long time, but I had so much fun when I played it back in the day. You should go rewatch that. I'd probably sound really funny in comparison. But, you know, I felt like back in 2017 when Battlefront 2 came out, it just kind of felt like, okay, Titanfall, Battlefront, these FPS series are like here to stay. They're here to compete with Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Halo. And both of those they
just abandoned them. They was both decent, both good. Well, Titanfall was great, and then Battlefront was cool.
Disappeared. I will say, it's not like all is bad at Respawn. Like I said, the Star Wars Jedi series has had 2 phenomenal entries, and I imagine they're going to come out with a 3rd. But you know what could also use a 3rd game? Star Wars Battlefront. It's a shame, and I think it's kind of embarrassing to use its sort of soft corporate PR speak to hide the true meaning of what they're really announcing. But aside from that, you know, there are plenty of other amazing games that have recently come out or are soon to drop that will serve as a nice distraction from yet another series of video game layoffs. But what do you think about all this news?
Yeah, bro, this was sad. This was genuinely sad, though. If it's really over with, then I don't... Someone said genuinely, I can't bring myself to feel sad about this. 5 years ago, I'd feel different, but now I'm glad one of my favorite franchises will die a hero and not become a villain. See, that's true. This is what Axe was pretty much saying in the chat. Because, like, if they did drop and it was an extraction shooter, now Titanfall Legacy is just ruined. But I'm gonna explain my problem. I'm gonna explain why I'm upset though. They said this is just tiring. I haven't heard people talk about Titanfall 2, like talk crap about Titanfall 2 ever. It had a phenomenal campaign that ended with a massive tear-jerking cliffhanger. And then they hop on the Battle Royale trend and lose all their identity in a heartbeat. Then they have the audacity to work on another Titanfall game that is not Titanfall 3. Like, bro, please. Call of Duty is dying. Now would be the best time to be working on one. This is so true. Oh my goodness, this is so true. Call of Duty is on life support. The best time to really start coming in with these shooters, bro. I won't lie, when you dropped Titanfall 2, Call of Duty was still at a height. It was still at a height, but now it's not, bro. And now is that time. They said in this timeline, we got Concord instead of Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 is coming, I swear. I say as they drag me into a padded room. I love the extraction mechanic in Titanfall. It lets you walk away with the win, even if your team lost. If you were losing heavily, you knew to gear up for extraction. Oh, bro, we lost this fight. It's time to leave. Get up, soldier. We are leaving. On my life. On my life. It's on life support at Molina Hospital, bro. I need to start hopping on Battlefront 2, though. I didn't really play that one too much, and I want to. I'm gonna just go back. Like, I know a lot of people still play it. Hey, Jose, you got you got Game Pass. Download Battlefront 2, bro. I need somebody to hop on there with me. Or I'll force Dibs too, actually. He got the Game Pass too. Force is a crazy word. I said that on accident. All right, look.